Welcome to InstantGMP. Welcome to the GMP Compliance Series, a presentation courtesy of InstantGMP. This slideshow provides insight into the regulation of master manufacturing records and how improving them will ensure a higher level of compliance in manufacturing FDA-regulated products. The FDA applies good manufacturing practices to ensure the products will be safe for the ultimate consumer. The FDA requires compliance with cGMPs in manufacturing, packaging, labeling, or holding operations for dietary supplements. Any manufacturing, packaging, and labeling has to be done according to a master manufacturing record. The components and final products have to meet specifications for identity, purity, strength, compositions, with limits on contaminants as well. The basics of cGMP manufacturing are straightforward. Manufacturing instructions and procedures have to be clear and unambiguous. Manufacturing processes need to be clearly defined and have controls at each critical step of the process. Manufacturing facilities must be designed to minimize cross-contamination and mix-ups. Operators must be trained and have documentation of that training. Records have to demonstrate that all required manufacturing steps were taken and that any deviations to the written processes were investigated by the QA unit and resolved before the batch was dispositioned. In order to comply with cGMP requirements, a master production record must be written and followed for manufacturing and packaging of a batch or labeling of a product received from a supplier. Master manufacturing records need to be written for each unique formulation and each unique batch size and followed every time a batch is made. This will facilitate ensuring uniformity in the finished product from batch to batch. The master production record should include the name of the finished product, the strength, the concentration, and the weight or measure of each ingredient and each component. It must have a bill of materials or a complete list of components and ingredients that will go into the product. This will keep employees from adjusting the amounts of ingredients from memory or based upon ratios learned from other employees. Master production records should specify the equipment to be used and require that equipment cleaning is checked to make sure equipment use will not result in contamination of the batch. This is an example of the information that is typically included on the cover page of a master production record. Details include the client product code, part number, drug name, and batch size. A cover page should provide information about a manufacturing or production record that defines a product so that it is easily identifiable or differentiated from similar products, for example, formulation ID, unit, and drug strength. This screenshot shows a common way of presenting a bill of materials. Material name, part number, quantity, and unit are displayed. Version numbers are useful in cases where materials are ordered from different vendors or used in different quantities for different formulations. Each master production record must have written instructions including specifications for each step or stage in the manufacturing process where control is necessary to ensure quality. Whenever one operator performs a step, a second person is to verify the action was done according to the record in real time. A statement of theoretical yield at each controlled step of the manufacturing process as well as the expected final yield must be written in the master production record. The record must also include procedures for sampling to ensure quality. Theoretical yield is the quantity that would be produced at any appropriate step of manufacturing or packaging based on the quantity of components or packaging to be used in the absence of any loss or error in production. Actual yield is the total quantity of product measured at the end of the actual manufacturing of a batch. The percent yield is calculated by dividing the actual yield by the theoretical yield and multiplying by 100. The percent loss is 100 minus the percent yield. A process control system covers all stages of manufacturing, packaging, labeling, and holding. It ensures the quality of the finished goods and ensures that the product is packaged and labeled as specified in the master production record. The first step in ensuring safe, high-quality products is to use high-quality components that meet well-defined specifications. A GMP requirement is to test materials before their use in a product rather than risk making an adulterated product or contaminating manufacturing equipment. The record retention time for records related to current GMP requirements correlate with the length of time that product complaints are likely to rise. Their required time is 2 years beyond the date of distribution for dietary supplement products. Pharmaceutical products need to be stored for 2 years after the expiration date. For other products with a shelf life date, the records must be kept for 1 year past the shelf life date. Packagers and labelers that return the product to the manufacturer for distribution are not required to keep separate records. InstantGMP provides access to complete control over your master production records, making it easy to get into or stay in compliance. You can collaborate on the development of master records, have them reviewed by production and quality staff, and signed off with digital signatures all online through a common website. The master manufacturing records are just one part of an all-in-one manufacturing and quality system. This presentation is just one of the many videos and webinars available on CGMP compliance. You can access the rest at the GMP Certification Resource Center. Thank you and have a wonderful day.